Dr. Mark Waller, along with Rachelle Lane, who's busy receiving the Academy Award for Technical Achievement right now. So I'm sure she'll be with us shortly. And this is our Lion Unicorn live stream where we talk about conscious relationships. And to my down here somewhere is Dondi. Dondi is in Seattle. Hi, Dondi. Welcome. And thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
And we're here to talk about conscious relationships. My understanding is Rachelle is rebooting her computer, and we may have another guest. However, if you're listening to us live, and we hope many of you are, please put your comments and questions in the comment section, and they will pop up on the screen here, and we will talk about it. So, Dondi, what was it about relationships? And I know you're associated or a friend with Rachelle. What was it about relationships that made you want to come on today?
Well, I mean, just to be clear and transparent, Rachelle asked me to come on, and yes, I mean, Rachelle has been. I mean, I've been working with Rachelle for more than a year, and she's worked with me, with my partner, my husband, and with other friends and family, and it's like just incredible. I mean, it's just I can't say enough good things about Rachelle and how like she's helped me. But yeah, I think it's just like she knows me, she knows my husband, and I think relationships always have challenges. It's like find me a relationship that doesn't. I think we're always just trying to get a bit better and be better partners and hopefully growing together as partners. But yeah, it's just an interest in kind of personal development that's kind of always been part of my journey. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I just want to make a comment about what you said for those who are listening. I've been at this for 30 years. I've been a licensed marriage family therapist for 30 years. And I think we have her back. Let's see if she's joining us. There she is. Can you hear us? We can hear you.
Mercury retrograde.
What the? No, you need to take. We can hear you.
You can hear me. I
Yes.
just can't hear you. Okay, let's try this one more time.
Yeah, it's time to take personal responsibility, not blame it on astrology.
Old trusty plugin. Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear us? We can hear you.
Oh my God! Yes. Okay. So.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Oh my God! Thank you so much.
But so here's what I don't believe in. I mean, I know the astrological stuff has an effect, and I don't ever like let it control. Freaking Mercury retrograde. This is the third time some crazy communication has happened. So I'm starting to believe there may be some effect.
Wow. So I'm sitting in an RV on Highway 395. Oh no, I'm getting feedback from somebody. So it's feeding back through somebody's microphone.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself when I'm not talking and see if it's me.
No,
it's your microphone. Is it me?
Yeah, it's him. It was feeding back. This is why I no criticism of Dondi, but this feedback problem is something we always have when people aren't wearing headsets for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Anyway, Dondi, can you still hear me? Because I wanted to address something that you said.
I can totally hear you, and I will plug in, and hopefully.
Well, the feedback now is gone, so I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So anyway,
but put him in anyway. Put him in anyway, just in case.
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, can you hear me? So I just wanted to make a comment. I'm going to bring up this slide, And do we have somebody else joining us?
I didn't hear back from Christopher, but I think he thought it was maybe next Monday because I said, "Hey, can you join us?" And I think he saw that it was for next Monday.
Okay, I'm going to eliminate his box. So, Dondi, this is my model of relationships. It's called the Dance of the Lion and the Unicorn, and I bring it up specifically because I want to talk just briefly about something you brought up. So you can see this is two people. The one on the left I call the unicorn. The one on the right I call the lion. Now we all have emotional pain, and the lion's emotional pain is a feeling that nobody cares or they're not good enough, and so they deal with a lot of personal rejection. And when they feel that rejection, they get angry. When they get angry, the unicorn gets triggered and they feel anxious or fearful because unicorns do not like conflict. And that makes them want to avoid. And that avoidance looks like nobody cares. And it just goes around and around like that. And the point I wanted to make about this is, and you can comment on the model in just a second, but the point I wanted to make about this, which is very interesting, I think, is I've been at this for 30 years and I have found that this lion unicorn model fits all kinds of relationships, including gay and lesbian and arranged marriages from India and Pakistan. So seemingly parents in those cultures where they have arranged marriage have this innate sense of how to match lions and unicorns. It's very strange. So what I have found is the relationship dynamics are pretty much the same, whether you're young or old or what your persuasion is, it doesn't matter. It all typically tends to fit that pattern. So I didn't mean to spring that on you the way I did, Dondi. I hope that wasn't uncomfortable, but I just
No,
find
no,
it
no.
extremely interesting.
And and that's described, that's exactly who we are in that
Yeah.
relationship. I'm the lion and my husband is a unicorn. It's
There you go.
very
Isn't that
obvious.
amazing?
Mm.
By the way, Rachelle, I think your hair looks very fetching today.
Really? It's kind of a mess. And that's why I'm kind of like trying to figure out what to do with it. I was like, what should I do with it today?
Let it let
Are
it
we
do its.
live?
We're live, man. We're
Oh no.
while you were trying to find the volume button on your computer, we started.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hi everyone. Sorry.
You thought we were just chit-chatting? No.
Yes, I thought we were waiting.
So Dondi, I'm interested in your comment. So you just innately identified yourself right away in the model.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about it. Yeah. It's clear to me when we have conflict exactly what happens. It's,
Uh-huh.
I feel like, what, you can't hear me, you can't see me. And my husband's like, what? I don't want to talk to you right now.
Exactly.
Like,
What do you think about that, Rachelle? That the lion unicorn model is just sort of universal in couples relationships. I just think that's fascinating.
It is fascinating because that goes to show you that it's not happenstance. Like there
No.
really is a reason why these relationships are so important for our awakening. It's
Ah,
our souls have come here for a reason. And I think, as much as I make fun of and I don't make fun of it, I get it. But the astrology, right? Like I'm a Capricorn and my rising is Scorpio and my moon is Aquarius. Like I get it. It does it can influence you, but at the end of the day, these are things that we're supposed to transcend. And so when
right.
you say I'm a lion, which I am, my partner is a unicorn, which he is, I get it because it's set up. It's like the universe set up these perfect dynamics so that we had to overcome them to get to be free or to realize our awakening or to increase our consciousness. So it makes sense to me that it wouldn't be if you're a male or a female or if you're from this country and this country. No, we're all energy beings. It doesn't matter what form we take in humanity.
I just find it fascinating that the pattern, the relationship dynamic is just universal. I just think I have a theory about why that is. I think it has to do with survival and, you know, It's better to be with somebody who's your opposite than somebody who's exactly the same, because it rounds you out and gives you a better chance of having the family survive, whatever it is. But yeah, I've even found this dynamic in arranged marriages from India, and it's like just
Wow.
twists your head off. It's very strange.
So what happens, Mark, in a relationship when we stop taking the attention off of our partner and then we start to realize our own patterns instead? Like, what does that actually look like then?
Well, I give you an example. I just got off a Zoom call with one of my clients who has had the awakening experience. She did moment mindfulness. She woke up, and I'll give you a little background on the dynamics. She was concerned about, he had a bit of a drinking problem and how she was reacting and that whole dynamic. When she woke up, she saw the complete opposite of what was going on. She saw how her reactions were kind of the glue that were holding, the dysfunction together. Even though he had a drinking problem, she was reinforcing his resistance, and all these things were happening. And so what it did was it just kind of released the whole system between the two of them, because she was no longer in her monkey brain. She was functioning like a conscious adult, and it has completely changed the dynamic in the relationship. I don't know if that
Did
addresses
he
your
stop?
question.
100%. So did he stop drinking, or was
No,
there
he
no
is
longer
not.
issues?
He has not stopped drinking, but she's not. She knows she doesn't have to fix that,
Uh,
and she knows when she gets
Beautiful.
triggered. She knows exactly where that came from when she was getting triggered. She has something distinct in her past that's related to alcohol, that she was not connecting the dots. But now that she
Mm,
knows it, she's not going into that reaction the same way she did before, and it's just changed the energy. And I would, my theory is that her objection to his drinking is part of the glue that holds him in the
yeah.
drinking pattern.
Yeah.
I know that
It's the
sounds
whole
kind of
thing.
crazy,
What,
but
not at all. It's like what we resist persists, right?
exactly. That's right. That's right. If you're listening to us, you have a question or a comment, we love them. It really raises the energy of the discussion. If you notice that down below me, there is a blank for a new box. And if you want to come on and be with us and join the discussion live, the way Dondi did today, we'd love to have you. So reach out to us. And Dondi, what do you think of this discussion so far? Is this taking the direction you thought it would?
No.
Could you be
No,
a
but
little more clear?
I didn't have any super preconceived notions about this. It was like Rochelle's like, it's Mark's gonna ask you some questions and it's gonna go where it's gonna go. I'm like, okay.
Rachelle has this effect on people. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's trust. It's like I trust
There you go.
Rochelle. Rochelle, it's like, and that's my last journey with Rochelle and her partner. Once you trust and release, oh my God, everything becomes possible.
Right. Great. Then,
Wow. Thank
Rachelle,
you.
did you get any feedback from our discussion last week? Because I got some feedback. I was sorry to see Rachel wasn't here to join us again today.
What feedback did you get? Tell me more.
Well, they thought she was very smart, and they were very impressed with her. And
Yeah.
she thought the discussion was, very high level and interesting.
I love it. Yeah, Rachel is amazing. I met her at she teaches psychedelic, the breakdown of medicines and different types of therapy. So I took a class with her. So she'll be back. She'll join us
Oh, okay.
again.
I hadn't
Yeah, yeah.
driven her away then. Good.
Not quite, not yet. So if a couple is in conflict or in gridlock, what is something that you can do in the middle of literally like you're flooded, you're reacting, I'm a lion, I'm coming at them, and I get just a moment of clarity. What can I do?
Well, how did you get the moment of clarity?
Um, like all of a sudden it doesn't feel good. Like
Oh,
something's
okay.
like, oh wait, I don't like how this feels.
Okay. So I'll tell you what I do, and that is because all conflict in a relationship is a replay of unmet childhood emotional needs.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of asking a couple of questions. How does this remind you of, first of all, what is the feeling,
Okay.
you know, and you're going to get one of two answers. I'm overwhelmed, or I feel like I'm being pressured, or, I feel like I'm being rejected. And my question immediately is, does this remind you of anything you learned as a child?
Hmm.
And about 90% of the time, the answer is just immediate.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're literally saying it out of their mouths. They'll say, I'm not being respected just like the way my mother treated me. And it's like, really, So once you get into that space, you don't even have to prompt people. They'll just freely tell you what's going on. They don't realize they're doing it, but they're giving you the
Yeah.
information that's right there.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is once you become conscious or just aware, there's some space in there for
Oh,
you to
yes.
realize,
Right.
ah,
Right.
right?
This is related to something. It's got to be related to something. What is it?
Yes, yes. And that is always what a reaction is. I know when I
Yeah.
first was reading your book and The Lion and the Unicorn, which I got right away after I saw your show, once I started reading that, I was kind of skeptical because I didn't really buy that. I was like, are you telling me there's nothing that he can do that isn't justified uh, justified a reaction, like, or justified anger, or like I should be able to respond in a way if he does something. And it didn't make sense. And then when you said, I don't remember exactly how you said it, but it was just like, yes, every reaction is tied to some type of story from our childhood. And I analyzed it when I had the time afterwards. So in the moment, I couldn't analyze it. I was too wrapped up in all the emotion. But when I sat back and I actually had space to look at it, then I was like, oh, wow, that's exactly my dad. That's exactly what my dad used to do.
Yeah.
And so it was true. Dondi, what do you think about that? Do you feel like if you were able to look at a trigger or look at something, you could relate it to like the the lack of love or abandonment of a parent?
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah. I mean, because I forget what it was in that diagram that Mark showed, but it was like, I think the lion doesn't feel seen or heard or whatever. And that's, it's like, yeah, it's like I'm invisible, and that's the fear. And it's like, yeah, that's the way my dad treated me. Nobody cares. That's it. You don't care about
Yeah,
me. Oh my God.
Oops. Sorry. Uh, so there's a
that's
couple things
totally true.
a couple things you said, Rochelle, I want to get back to. It doesn't matter whether the reaction is justified or not. It can totally be
Yeah.
justified. If somebody insults you, you're justified in feeling bad about that. The way you feel bad points directly to the way you were programmed.
Yeah.
So people make the assumption that what the model says is, you shouldn't have a reaction, that's not okay, and you're trying to suppress your emotions, and that's not it at all.
Yeah.
But if you intentionally treat me poorly and I have a negative reaction, there's still an opportunity for me to go deeper
Yeah.
and find out what's going on with me. And when I do that, let's say like you said, it was totally your dad. The realization that that was your dad rewired that emotional reaction, because from
Mm.
that from that moment on, your brain knows two things. Well, it knew it unconsciously, but now it becomes conscious that when you have that reaction to your partner, it's the wiring has been made, so you also realize that's about your father at the same time.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
Okay.
well, yeah. I mean, what I was going to say is that yes, I think I've gone far enough in my spiritual development to recognize that, like to know, I know that's a thing for me, that like if I feel unheard, unseen, that's a problem. And so I can catch myself
right,
and I know it.
Yeah.
And so I think you can know it like logically or intellectually, you're like, yes, that's a trigger. I
yes,
see it.
Yes.
But
yes.
disconnecting from that feeling is harder.
So
That's the work.
right, right. And so the goal is to have that realization in the moment you're having the reaction. So it's
Mm,
not intellectual. It's something that you are standing back and you're seeing, oh, there is a relationship between my partner and the parent or the caregiver, and I can see that relationship in real time.
mm,
Now you have to practice to get to that point, but the more you relate the two together, the more they become permanently wired together and they're part of the same experience. And then it gives you exactly what you just said. It gives you the space to suddenly realize, wait a minute, how much of this is about my partner and how much is it about the parent?
yeah. And I've got I have a couple things to say about that. Number one is that it's a process and it's a practice, and I get that. And sometimes I catch myself. Others, I'm like, wait a minute. Like 10 minutes in, I'm like, oh, it's like it's kind of too late because the fight's already happened. So it's
But
like it's both. I can do both, but one of
Yes.
the
mhm,
things I struggle with is a partner who doesn't quite see it that way or isn't maybe gotten to the step that I'm at. So it feels like there's no reciprocity sometimes. So it feels
right.
like, wait a minute, I'm going to stop and I can recognize my pattern. I can see your pattern. And I've explained this pattern to you before. Will you stop and recognize your pattern? But that's some work that needs to be done. And it's like I feel like I shouldn't be airing this in public. So it's just like I don't want to go any further because I'm married to a lovely human being who's one of the most wonderful people in the world. But we could work on that.
So the whole idea of reciprocity comes from the ego mind,
Mm,
Yes.
and as long as we're stuck there, we're never going to have personal growth.
mm,
And so I hear this all the time, and not trying to beat you up at all, Dondi, but as soon as you realize this is all about you, it's only about you, and everything has been set up for you to walk a path. And when you become so dedicated to that path, you don't care what the other person does. You want to learn what you're supposed to learn, then everything changes. And you don't care anymore whether they get it or not, because you know that's
mm.
not part of the process. And ironically, when you start to change in that way, the dynamic in the relationship automatically starts to change without the other person knowing why it's changing. I know that
Yeah,
sounds a bit strange,
yeah.
but
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And it sounds right. It's hard. It's hard to do. But I do think if you love the other person, then you do want them to grow that way too. And it's like, so you
that's
do.
right,
I can't be indifferent to whether or not they're seeing this because they're going to be better off if they could understand the dynamic.
right.
And yeah,
But from what I hear people do is they think they're saying what you're saying, except what they're actually doing is saying, if the other person is not going to do the work, then I'm not either.
I think that's right. I think that's the default. Easy to slip into like, I want you to grow, but shut up and listen to me first.
Yes. I'd rather be right than win.
But oh my God. Okay, so both of you said so much. Like this is what I see so much in couples work. So I don't specialize in couples work, but obviously with plant medicine, I work in couples, and I will be working doing couples workshops in September with my partner. But what Mark just said about how powerful it is to realize that this relationship and this whole growth thing is about you. It
Right.
literally releases the need for the other person to do anything, to validate us, to agree with us, or even to recognize what they're doing. Because we are really, truly the only ones in the universe, even though this is a little crazy. I'm not going to give anybody an existential
True.
crisis, but our life in the universe is simply a mirror. And sometimes it looks inverted. So sometimes, when we have our right hand, like right now, this looks like my left hand, right? Because it will go the opposite way. So sometimes our partner may not fully respond as we're conforming and we're stepping up and being more present, but it all will start to work out for us. And it really does. The partner must change because they're reflecting us. So as we change, we will get a different version of our reality because we are showing reality. This is who I am now. And actually, Dondi and I were in this integration group, and that was our whole session last night was about identity. And so what Mark is saying is we're showing up as conscious awareness, like we're showing up as being present. We're not in our program anymore. And when you're not
Right.
in your program, life is going to reflect that back to you. It will reflect it back to you. But as long as we're in a program, we're going to get the program reflected back to us. So it's kind of like you might as well step up. We might as well come up as our best selves and the identity that we really want to show up as and see how our partner begins to reflect that because they will. It's almost like it's a law. It must
Yeah.
happen. Okay, I'm
So
done
we have
talking because I know we have a question.
oh, we have a comment from Eloina, who is very much an awakened soul, and one of the most beautiful people I know. She said, "This is on point. I'm a witness to this. When you get it, the whole dynamic changes." And I know her relationship, and I know what she's saying is actually absolutely true. Her partner is a wonderful man, but he doesn't get it. But her change changed the whole relationship.
Mm.
And what she's been through in this relationship, she's extremely lovely, very tolerant, and she's come out the other side a much better person for not having made those judgments. And Eloina, by the way, if you go back in some of our live streams on Thursday night, she's been on with me, and she's really worth listening to. So thanks for being here, Eloina. That's great. If you're listening and you have a question or comment, please put it up because we will address that. Thanks, Eloina. I know you're in the middle of a busy day, so thanks for stopping by. Okay, that's your cue.
Mine?
Anybody.
Well,
Well,
I
I
have
think Don.
actually, I have a quick curiosity. Uh, so the unicorn is um, avoids conflict. Is
Yes.
it possible to be because I feel like in my relationship I'm the lion, but I'm also a conflict averse person.
Okay.
Because can those things go together? Like where you're in your main partnership is you're the lion, but
Right.
maybe like to others you're because I am conflict avoid. I hate conflict.
That's absolutely correct. So where the dynamic shows up the strongest is in intimate relationships. But even in the intimate relationships, there are circumstances where we flip back and forth.
Mm.
We adopt the other, personality or strategy. And so it's not a hard and fast rule, but it's so consistent that it gives you a roadmap to explore your own unconscious dynamic and to wake up from it. But yeah, there are, we all have aspects of it in ourselves, no matter what. Rachelle, what's your
And what?
experience with that? Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, finish up, Dundee.
Oh no, I guess then the other thing that came up for me, I was just curious, like if you're working on a relationship with a parent, and you and your parent are both the same type,
Uh huh.
how does that work? Because it's I don't
How
know.
does
I
it
don't know
work
what
with respect to what?
well, it feels to me like it's a different minefield when you're in an important relationship with somebody. It's like maybe a different set of questions, a different way to approach it. I'm not sure. when you have like two lions in a situation, for example, because it's like, I think your modality is around lion unicorn, which is like, that's couples, but I'm thinking about like a parent relationship now where maybe two people are the same, or is there like a different way to navigate that when two people are the same genome or whatever terminology we're using for some of these lion and unicorns?
Do you want to take that, Rachelle?
I'll take the first part and then I'll let you finish it up with
Okay.
your science back information. So it's not just that relationships are lion and unicorn. There are intimate relationships where they're both lions. There's intimate relationships where they're both unicorns. So that can still be a part, a dynamic. But what happens is that whatever personality or whatever we tend to be more of, the whole idea is just to wake up from the program of it. So regardless of whether you're both lions or you're both unicorns, it's not to justify what we're doing in these personalities or why we're doing it. It's to wake up from the unconscious way that we've been behaving. And if it's two lions, well, then great. Then you guys can stop yelling at each other. Because we tend to get angry as lions. So it's just, how can we wake up from this pattern? And truly, it only takes one person to wake up to change all of it. So there's my 2 cents.
Hi,
Okay, that's
Selena.
helpful.
Thanks for joining us. I would just add to that that once you wake up, you immediately know what to do, whether they're a lion or a unicorn. And
True.
and I don't have a slide on this. I wish I did. But what is the goal? A lion's goal is approval or acceptance. A unicorn's goal is calm, peace, and safety. Okay, so if you know that, the instant you wake up, you just automatically, generously give the other person what they want because you can see it. And so the idea is, like Rachelle was saying, is the idea is not to be a better lion or a better unicorn. It's to wake up from the unconscious pattern. And the instant you wake up, you look at the other person, you realize, oh, I see their unconscious pattern. Oh, I get it. I know what they're actually asking for. And all of a sudden that translation gives you a roadmap of exactly what to do.
Well said. Love that.
Thank you.
Does that answer, Don? Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
So
I
we're here
like
to take
that.
your questions. We're normally here on Monday at noon. I apologize, Rachelle. I had a conflict. We changed it to Tuesday. I did a poor job of announcing that. I can own that. But these live streams, the vast majority of people watch the recording anyway. We will be
Yeah.
back next Monday at noon. There won't be any conflict next week that I know of. Also, we have a live stream on the channel at 6:15 on Thursday night, and you will see the transformation people are going through. It's pretty astonishing. And
Nice.
we have really 3 prominent people that have been in and out of the live streams: Simon, Paul, and Sarah. And the change
Yeah.
in all 3 of those people is nothing short of astounding. So I don't know, Rachelle, if you've had a chance to talk to Sarah about what's happened to her, but it's amazing.
She is so awesome, and her heart is so open to change and shift. So, yeah, she was actually coming up to Seattle for a visit, but
Oh,
I'm hoping to get down to, yeah, I was hoping to get down to see her. She's in Ashland, Oregon, but
yeah.
no, she's such a beautiful soul, and she's ripe for this, Mark. She was ready. She was ready for it.
You know, she did the exercise moment mindfulness, and within about 3 weeks, she was different. You could see it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of an advertisement for the Thursday night live streams. We hope you will join us. The YouTube channel has blown up. I did a video 3 weeks ago that got, right now it's close to 40,000 views,
Oh,
and
congrats.
thank you. It's the end of 2.5 years of just vicious work, and it's like trying to drink water out of a fire hose. It's just been overwhelming. But everybody is discovering, I've had people who have been on the path, on the journey that Rachelle and I know you have, Dondi, who have come across this, and for the first time in 10 years, they all of a sudden get it. It's been very
Nice.
gratifying. And, the other thing I was going to say, and I'm sorry I'm dominating here, but when people wake up, what I have found is the first thing they want to do is look at their relationship.
Mm.
So my audience is made up of people who are on the path to spiritual awakening. But what's interesting is with the instant they have that awakening experience, they want to know about the relationship. It's
Yeah.
very interesting dynamic. Eloina says, we love to hear it. Dr. Waller, you are changing lives. Thank you. Thank you. Even if a few of us wake up, the world is a little better. This is what has to happen. It has to happen one person at a time. We're being manipulated. Our emotions are being
Mm-hmm.
manipulated, and we've got to realize that until we wake up, we're going to be victims. Selena says, I
Totally.
feel like sometimes I get it, and then sometimes I don't get it anymore, back and forth. Keep watching the videos, keep showing up. When you show up for yourself, things become permanent. They really do.
And in response also, just because it feels like you don't get it, don't let the emotions and circumstances and those thoughts tell you otherwise. You still get it. It's just you're being a human. And we
Mhm.
go through our humanity is normal to feel emotions and to feel like we're quote unquote confused. But really it's a thought. It's just a passing thought that, as Mark teaches, isn't true. It's a lie. So even though you may feel like you're not getting it, you actually really get it and you are already there. So don't beat yourself up because it doesn't mean anything if you have that thought. I have those thoughts all the time. Do I even understand all the stuff that I say I learned? Yeah, it's just a thought that's trying to tell me otherwise.
So stay tuned till next week. I'm going to be recording a long form video uh, entitled something like, If There Is No Self, What Is Self-Talk?
Mm, I like it.
And it is true that there is no self, so self-talk is a misnomer. Anyway, back to relationships. Sorry, I digress.
Actually, no, it's right there because that self
So,
talk is a part of our relationships too, right? It's telling
so
us what does that person think.
t- take a look at this, Rachelle. I think she's
Yeah.
responding to your comment. Can you see it?
Um, I actually have. Go ahead. You say it.
I,
I
f-
can't.
I felt so confused a lot lately, so I'm just waiting for the moment to pass. Thanks for that. It'll pass. Yeah,
Yes, I 100%. It will pass. If you remember, no emotion stays forever. No thought stays forever. It's that whole Buddhist saying, we're the blue sky and the cloud. The thoughts are just like these passing, ideas moving through you. So yeah, trust, persist in the truth of who you are.
So, Dondi, we've kind of gone all over the place. Any questions or comments at this point?
No, I don't think so. I think I've asked some questions and you guys have answered them, so I'm good.
Do you think you'll be able to take away from this conversation maybe anything new to your relationship?
Hmm. I think it's just because I feel like I knew a lot of this already. So, but it's a good, like I said, I think it's like knowing it and practicing are two very different things. And I think this will help
Exactly.
me
Yes.
take another step in the practice.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, do you ever get there? It sounds like you have clients who've gotten there. I feel like I'm still on the path and I haven't gotten there
Yeah.
yet, but I think I'm a lot better than I was a couple of years ago when it comes to these kinds of things of just recognizing it. And sometimes it's right away, but often it's not. And trying to be more on the right side of the continuum and like seeing the thought, recognizing it, and then like, oh, wait, hold on, I can make a choice here. But
Good.
it's just a lot easier said than done, for me at least.
So we got about 5 more minutes. The three of us will be wrapping up, but if you have any final questions or comments, we do have time for that. If you're watching the recording, please put your questions and comments in the comment section. We will respond to those. And our information, if you want one-on-one coaching or help, Rachelle's information and mine will be in the description of the recording. It takes about 48 hours for YouTube to settle a live stream, so it could be a little bit. If you look at any of our previous live streams, that information is in the description of those videos as well if you want to reach out to us, and we're more than happy to have you do so. So, Rachelle, anything you want to say in wrapping up here?
Yeah. I want to say that I think this work of intimate partner or close relationships is really one of the greatest works we can do, because the relationship, we're seeing ourselves through the eyes or through another person. So I love that you've taken this work and, made it a priority so that, people like myself and Dondi can also take a look at it and evaluate ourselves and who we're really being in the world. And that's why I'm really passionate about, and I'm going to make a plug for my couples workshop. I have September will be our first couples workshop there. We get to design some quieting of that mental narration through some beautiful plant medicine, and it really allows you to create space to experience one another through the eyes of love. And I know that's what happens in a lot of relationships. We stop seeing that person through the eyes of love, and we look at them with blame and through our old story. And this is a beautiful way for a couple of days just to connect, stop the mental chatter, stop all the ego, and be able to connect with your intimate partner, and in a small intimate group. So would love to tell you more about that. It will be in September, so check that out. And if you have any questions, let me know. I also would recommend Mark. I use Mark several times for my own personal coaching, for relationship, and just for overall life clarity. So I would highly recommend, if you're interested in coaching with Mark, to at least try it and do a session with him. I've really enjoyed our sessions together, our private sessions as well.
I have a new book out called Free of the Mind. Check it out. There'll be a link below. And in closing, any last thing from you, Dondi? We really have enjoyed. I think you can tell when we have a guest on, it just raises our energy, and you've been fantastic. Thank you.
Totally.
Well, you're welcome. I'm good. No, I don't have anything else to say.
Okay. All right.
Except
Well, I
that I
guess,
will say that I am looking forward to hearing more about Rochelle's couples workshop.
yeah, Rachelle, send me your flyer so I can put it up next time.
I would love to. I will get that to you this week. Thank you.
Ooh.
All righty.
Thank you, everyone. Right. Keep your questions coming. Please subscribe to the channel. What we're doing is really trying to help people awaken. We know you may not all have a spontaneously or knowing of being God, but this is still part of that process. So refer this, send the link. I always send this out to my community. So send it out to your friends, anybody you know that might be open to this work. This helps us just spread the word and talk to more people. So thank you, everyone, for your support.
Okay. We'll see you next time, next Monday at noon. Bye-bye.
Bye.